Hello, my name is Scott. This is my first video of a series of videos that I'm going to do. Basically, all my videos that I'm going to create are going to be videos of me just basically reviewing and sort of being a critic on movies that I've seen. I'm trying to cover as many movies as I possibly can. These are going to be movies that I've seen, though, so they're not going to be movies that I haven't seen. I don't give my opinion on films I haven't seen. Because I know nothing about them. So the date today is June 19, 2013, and it is 9:09 p.m. Eastern Time, where I am right now. And this is going to be my first video. I'm going to try and make my videos at least as short as I possibly can. So yeah, basically that's what I'm going to be doing. Just giving my own critical comments. I may talk about how bad I thought a film was. I may talk about how great it was. And I'm going to also give a rating. Generally, how I do my ratings for films is I give them sort of a 5-star rating. I either say they're 5 stars, and if they're 5 stars, they're fantastic. If they're 4 stars, they're pretty good, very worth seeing. 3 stars, pretty good, needs a little improving, not bad. 2 stars being pretty much disgraceful and not worth seeing at all, and 1 star being don't watch it, it's just plain awful. So hopefully I won't do that many reviews of films with 1 star, but I'm going to be giving them a star, so that'll be my rating at the end of each video. The first film that I'm going to review is called, well, it's a film that I actually have on DVD, and thank goodness I do, because it is a phenomenal movie. It's called, I don't know if you can see it, The Shining. Stanley Kubrick's The Shining. That's going to be my very first video that I'm going to review. This video in particular, this movie, I mean, excuse me, was made, I believe, in 1980, and it stars Jack Nicholson, Shelley Duvall, and Danny Lloyd, I believe is the boy's name. And in my opinion, this movie is really, really terrifying. But I think it may only be terrifying to certain audiences. I think that there's a lot of things you have to pay attention to. There's a lot of dialogue that I think would scare you to an extent from certain characters, mainly Jack Nicholson, because he's just the crazy, crazy guy in this movie. But as far as my evaluation, I would say this movie, and I'm just going to kind of go step by step here, this movie has fantastic acting, for one thing. Jack Nicholson, Shelley Duvall, Danny Lloyd they're just playing fantastic. And there's some good co-stars in this movie, too. I would say, I mean, I have a favorite scene for each character. I would say Jack Nicholson, my favorite scene is obviously he pokes his head through the door and says, "Here's Johnny." You know, that's a great scene. I would say, as far as Shelley Duvall, I would say my favorite scene with her is probably, I like when she's running through the hotel and she starts seeing the ghost. I'm not going to give too much away here, because obviously I don't want to spoil the movie for those of us that haven't seen the movie yet, but I'm just kind of giving you little bits from the movie. And Danny Lloyd, probably the ending. I won't say what happens at the very end of the movie, but it has a very good ending. So, you know, the acting, I thought, was just great, really good. Each actor, I thought, did a fantastic job, and directing, specifically, is just superb. I mean, Stanley Kubrick was the director, and he has directed some really, really good films, and this happens to be one of his best, I think, The Shining. It's just this really beautiful hotel that it takes place at. It's really a beautiful place, but, you know, the beauty can be a little deceiving. You know, you think it's beautiful, but there's something eerie about it. It's called the Overlook Hotel. I would say, as far as cinematography goes, this film has some of the best cinematography that I've seen. And in particular, I'm thinking of scenes like there's a scene in the film. I'm not, like I said, I'm not going to give too much away, but there's a scene in the film when, let's just say, you see a lot of blood, more blood than you ever seen before. And that particular shot was very well done as far as cinematography, I thought. And then there's a few others that are good too, I thought. Some scary scenes in particular too. And I would say the other thing I liked about this movie was scenery. I thought the scenery was very good. It was filmed in Colorado, which is actually where it takes place as well. And what's interesting about this hotel, the Overlook Hotel, is that it actually exists. This hotel actually exists. It's not called the Overlook Hotel. In the film it is, but being a real hotel, it's not called that. It's actually called the Stanley Hotel. You can Google it on the internet and see if you can find it. But it's a very nice place. The inside of the hotel in the film is a different place. They filmed that elsewhere. I'm not sure. Probably an acting studio or something. I don't remember. But the outside, that's a hotel that actually exists in Colorado. So, so very interesting location. Very beautiful there. And I would say the last thing that I'm going to mention as far as my evaluation of this movie is that the story and the plot is very well built, I thought, along the lines of a novel which was created by Stephen King. And he obviously is, if you've read any of his novels, you know he has some really scary stuff. I'm currently reading one of his novels myself. But he's made some really scary stories, and this one in particular is one of his scariest, I would say. But as far as the movie, I just thought it was very creative and very terrifying. It goes under the genre of horror, I would say, because it's supposed to be a scary film, you know. As far as a rating, I'm going to give it, as far as stars, I'm going to have to give it probably a 4.5, I would say, out of 5, which is really good. 4.5 out of 5 that's very close to being absolutely perfect. It's going to be tough for me to rate a film as a 5 unless it is something that I just was blown away by and just couldn't believe it. I mean, I thought this movie was terrific and everything. I don't think I could give it a 5, though, but I would definitely give it a 4.5. So I'd say that's my rating for the movie. So that's my first film. My first film review, and thank you for watching. I will have another video posted eventually, so yeah, thanks for watching my first video, and hope you like the rest. Leave comments. I always love seeing comments, whether you feel the same way about the movie, or whether you liked it or you hated it. It's fine. You can share whatever you want. So yeah, thanks for watching.